You are in a situation where you're looking at yourself and you're thinking, shit, this sucks, this is bad, I've messed up, this is not good, I don't like this. And you blame others, you blame someone else, everyone else but yourself. This is very easy. This is extremely easy. It's basically being the victim. Being the victim and pointing the finger at someone else for your own misfortunes. A lot of people, if you look closely and you go into different groups, social groups, you realize that this happens. It is very rare to find someone that's like, you know what, I'm in this current situation and it's my fault, and I'm gonna take the steps to change this. It's extremely difficult. It takes a lot of self-awareness to even realize that you have made the decisions that have led you to where you are. And I want to make a distinction between between basically the situation that has led you to where you are, based on what you actually can control, like the events, the situation that you can control, versus the stuff that you can't actually control, that is outside of your control, is someone else's actions, behavior. So, for example, if you're like fat, if you're out of shape, you're skinny as shit, or you are addicted to porn, you are shit with girls, you're so afraid to even, like, you're panicky when you even think of possibly like approaching women, those that you're attracted to. It's when you're in these situations, or you're broke, or you're extremely anxious and depressed, or whatever, it's easy sometimes to blame someone else. I want to kind of develop this idea of it's not your fault and taking responsibility. It's a bit of a paradox in the sense that you control some stuff of a certain situation. For example, like if you're fat, if you're overweight, or you are, for this, exercise more, eat less, the classic stuff. If you are, and on a consistent basis, of course, and you can't, if you're fat or skinny, you can't really blame anyone else. Like, I used to be super skinny, and then I gained like 25 kilograms. I got to about 95 kilograms, and then I was like, okay, I'm fat, I've been drinking a bit too much beer, eating a bit too much bread, let's cut it down. Good, I managed to do that, but I realized, well, that was just my fault. Obviously, it's not like, oh, it's my metabolism, it's too slow, or it's the foods that I'm eating, they're not good quality. No, oh shit, batter devil. I bitch slapped my lower self, and I just said, no, you have this body because you have made the decisions which have led to you having this body. Or if you're a guy and you're bad with women, you're anxious, you're probably a virgin, or maybe had just one or two girls that you've slept with, you have basically zero experience, you're like anxious at the thought of approaching and talking to a girl you find very attractive. It's, on one hand, it's like, well, oh, it's all a scam. My looks, and I'm short, or I'm skinny, or I've got fucking pimples, or I got tics, or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's like you blame something external. No. Realize that you have the control. Become open to the possibility of acknowledging that these things, for example, it's a skill. It's a skill that you can do. You can go out of your way to approach that particular. You can go out of your way to eat less. You can go out of your way to build this discipline of getting out of your comfort zone and kind of finding a bit of a perverted pleasure at it. Then it starts to become a little easier. perhaps not perverted, but you start to enjoy the process of it more. And so you stop blaming these outside circumstances and you turn inwards. You become more self-aware. You become more self-aware of your thoughts and of your action patterns, what you're doing. And so these are the things that you can change. Then I also wanted to, complete it with basically, sometimes it's not going to be your fault. Now, here's the interesting part. It's like when people tell you, hey, it's fine, it's not your fault. Well, yes and no. So if you're like in a situation where you're like depressed as fuck, or you're like you're not in a good state, and someone might say it's all right, it's not your fault because you didn't cause this, it was that person or this company or whatever, they created this situation, you could not have changed it. I agree, obviously. Sometimes, well, of course, you never control 100% of every situation, but the thing that I want to compliment here is that you can change with how you react to it. You can change with how you act. This comes back to the Stoicism. Definitely check out my video about Stoicism. It's like whatever happens, it doesn't matter what happens. The stuff that happens outside of your control, what matters is how you bloody react to it, So I believe that's kind of all rounded what I wanted to talk about, is stop blaming others for your misfortune and for the things that you didn't go according to plan. Blame yourself, turn inwards. Don't be mean to yourself. Be kind, be like, hey, it's fine, I fucked up. What can I do better? What can I do better, right? How the fuck can I improve? Become passionate about it. Turn it into a game. Don't be like, oh, for fuck's sake, I fucked up. And what am I gonna do? It's their fault. It's like, no, then you're a victim. You have zero power. You have zero control. If you take responsibility and ownership, bam, bam, you get control. You have the power now to change the situation, to learn something new, to change in some form of way. And so I wrote down a quote that I like, which is, it goes like this: the moment you take responsibility for everything in your life is the moment you can change anything in your life. So there you go. This is by Hal Elrod, and this is what it is about. I believe I have repeated many points. I just went on a bit of a flow. If you have any possible questions, please feel free to comment down below, and I'll get to you obviously as soon as possible. And if you feel like something's weighing on you, something difficult, be kind to yourself. As I made the video before, be kind to yourself. It's okay that you might be in a shitty situation. It's completely fine. Just realize that everything can be turned around. Everything can be turned around and changed. You just have to maintain strong here and belief, maintain a strong belief and turn the responsibility and ownership inwards. That's where the power comes. So yeah, let's go for it. Good luck, guys.